Hello and welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I shared the autumn makeover of my plaza. Today, I'd love to take you on a little tour, not just of the plaza again, but also of the Peaceful Meadow, which I've decorated with a cozy Halloween vibe as well. This time, I won't be showing a speed build. Instead, we'll simply walk through the areas together. The full decorating process would have made the video a bit too long, so I decided to keep it simple. I hope it's still fun and inspiring to watch. So let's start at my house. I gave it this Halloween themed skin that I really love. Out of all the Halloween inspired designs we've got so far, I think this one might be my favorite. A few steps away is Remy's area, his restaurant and home. Here, I added a few pumpkin elements for that seasonal touch. Now we're heading to the main plaza. I used the Halloween gate, which I think looks great, especially with the goofy pumpkin head on top. It really gives the space a unique charm. From there, we move on to Tiana's Palace. There's a small guest patio and a little backyard. I imagined it as her personal break area. Most of the decorations I used are repeated throughout, especially the plants and trees. Since we don't have too many fall-themed items, I used what we have to create just enough variation to bring out that warm, cozy autumn feeling. One thing I often wish for in Dreamlight Valley is the ability to not only place paths and tiles, but to actually adjust the ground texture itself, especially within each biome. That might be a bit unlikely, but imagine how nice it would be to swap out the bright green grass for something a little more autumnal, just to enhance the fall atmosphere. Right here in my plaza park, I placed this lovely wooden villa with a small garden beside it. It adds a nice rustic charm to the area. To finish off the plaza, we have Daisy's Boutique, which really ties together the key buildings in this biome. I'm sure I'll have to tweak my layout again eventually, especially once new characters and buildings are introduced. Do you think we'll get new shops or similar additions in the future? And if so, what kind would you like to see? Now, let's head down the center stairs and move into the Peaceful Meadow. Here I created a little town square. It features all the stalls, a cozy cafe, a flower shop, and even a bakery. I wanted to keep it warm and inviting, like a small village. For Halloween, I added floating candles and a few pumpkins. And just beside the cafe, you'll find a quiet little alleyway with a seating area. If we walk a bit further, you'll come across a little pretzel stand. And right next to it, we enter Prince Eric's castle courtyard. Of course, he's already embraced the Halloween spirit and gone all out with some impressive decorations. But as a prince, I suppose he can afford to do that right. You'll also notice the new greenhouse elements here. I really love how those turned out. They've already given me an idea for a future decorating project, though I'll keep that a secret for now. This area flows nicely into a small park and the flower stall run by the Beast. And now we move on to the right side of the Peaceful Meadow, a space I've dedicated entirely to Mickey and friends. The path leads us through a narrow alleyway across the marketplace and into a small residential area. At the center, there's a tiny square, of course decorated with a few Halloween touches. To the left, we find Minnie's house surrounded by a charming little garden and some cozy details. Right next to her is Mickey's home. Between their houses, there's a shared backyard, already set up for their big Halloween garden party. The table is packed with sweets, and a spooky dragon centerpiece steals the show. Just across from that, there's a small bonfire area, perfect for storytelling. As we move along, we reach Goofy's house, and just nearby, the fairy godmother has also made herself at home in the neighborhood. Between their homes, a path winds into a dense little forest. There, you'll find a mysterious witch's cottage. I've even decorated the interior, but I'll show you that at the very end of the tour. Let's backtrack a bit and stop by Daisy's house. She's been preparing for Halloween as well, and has set up a small fortune-telling stand, complete with a touch of magical flair. Finally, there's a quiet park area with a cozy witch's pavilion, a place to relax, listen to the sounds of nature, or share spooky stories under the stars. And with that, we've come to the end of today's little tour. As a final stop, let's take a quick peek inside the witch's cottage. I've only decorated one room, and I've already used several new items from the latest Star Path, like the lovely mushroom terrarium. Here's a small kitchen with a stove and pantry on the right, and a magical workspace with spellbooks and enchanted artifacts on the left. Here's a cozy living room area, and of course a bubbling cauldron in the corner, all set to brew the next magical potion. And that wraps up today's video. I won't be decorating the rest of the valley for Halloween. The entire celebration takes place in the Plaza and Peaceful Meadow, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I haven't unlocked all the Star Path rewards yet, so I'll be focusing on that next. Let me know in the comments. Which areas have you decorated for Halloween? Are you planning to do more? And did you enjoy this little seasonal tour? If you like this video and want to see more cozy content like this, feel free to subscribe so you won't miss any future uploads. Have a wonderful autumn and Halloween season, and I'll see you again in the next video.